Do you find yourself constantly worrying about the future, unable to enjoy the present moment? If so, you're not alone. Many people struggle with anxiety about what lies ahead, but it doesn't have to be this way. In this video, we'll explore why worrying about the future can hold us back and how we can break free from this cycle to live happier, more fulfilling lives. Let's start by looking at the worry trap. It's easy to fall into a pattern of constantly thinking about future events, trying to predict and prepare for every possible outcome. But this habit can have serious consequences on our well-being. When we're always focused on what might happen, we miss out on the experiences and joys of the present moment. Our minds become consumed with potential problems, creating a cycle of anxiety and stress that's hard to break. Worrying about the future affects us in many ways. It can lead to sleepless nights, difficulty concentrating, and a constant feeling of unease. We might find ourselves avoiding new opportunities or experiences because we're afraid of what could go wrong. This fear can hold us back from pursuing our goals and living life to the fullest. To understand why we worry, it's helpful to look at what happens in our brains. When we think about potential future threats, our body's stress response kicks in. This releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which can make us feel anxious and on edge. While this response was useful for our ancestors facing physical dangers, it's less helpful when we're worrying about abstract future events. Humans have a natural tendency to focus on potential problems. This likely helped our species survive by preparing for dangers. But in today's world, this inclination can do more harm than good. It's important to recognize the difference between helpful planning and harmful worry. Planning involves taking practical steps to prepare for the future, while worry is repetitive, unproductive thinking about what might go wrong. The cost of constant worry is high. It takes a toll on our mental health, leading to conditions like anxiety disorders and depression. Physically, chronic stress can weaken our immune system, cause headaches, and contribute to various health problems. Our relationships and social life can suffer too, as we might become withdrawn or irritable due to our constant worrying. So how can we break free from this cycle and stop worrying about the future? One powerful approach is learning to live in the now. Present moment awareness, often called mindfulness, can help reduce anxiety by shifting our focus away from future concerns and onto our current experiences. When we pay attention to what's happening right now, the sights, sounds, and sensations around us, we give our minds a break from worrying. Practicing mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths and noticing how your body feels. You might try focusing on the sensation of your feet touching the ground as you walk, or really tasting and savoring your food during meals. These small moments of presence can add up to make a big difference in reducing worry. Changing our thought patterns is another key step in overcoming worry about the future. We often get caught in negative thought cycles, imagining worst-case scenarios and convincing ourselves that bad things are bound to happen. Learning to recognize these patterns is the first step in breaking them. One technique for reframing worries is to challenge our negative thoughts. When you catch yourself worrying, ask, "Is this thought realistic? What evidence do I have for and against it? What would I tell a friend who had this worry?" By questioning our assumptions, we can often see that our fears are exaggerated or unlikely. Building a more positive outlook doesn't mean ignoring potential problems. Instead, it's about finding a balanced perspective. Try to consider multiple possible outcomes, not just the worst-case scenario. Look for opportunities in challenging situations. Remember times when you've successfully handled difficulties in the past. It's also helpful to distinguish between worrying and taking action. Worry often feels like we're doing something about a problem, but it's actually keeping us stuck. Instead of endlessly thinking about what might go wrong, ask yourself, is there anything I can do about this situation right now? If yes, take that step. If not, try to let go of the worry and focus on something else. Turning concerns into productive plans can be empowering. Break down big worries into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if you're worried about your financial future, You could start by creating a budget, researching savings options, or talking to a financial advisor. Taking concrete actions, even small ones, can help you feel more in control and less anxious about the future. Building resilience is another important aspect of dealing with future worries. Resilience is our ability to bounce back from difficulties and adapt to change. It's like a muscle that gets stronger with use. We can develop mental toughness by facing challenges head-on rather than avoiding them. Learning from past experiences is a great way to build resilience. Think about times when you've overcome obstacles or handled unexpected situations. What strengths did you draw on? What strategies worked well? Use these insights to boost your confidence in dealing with future challenges. Creating a support network is also crucial for building resilience. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people can provide encouragement and different perspectives when you're feeling worried. Don't be afraid to reach out and share your concerns with trusted friends or family members. One of the biggest challenges in overcoming worry about the future is accepting uncertainty. The truth is, no matter how much we plan or prepare, we can never know exactly what will happen. This can be scary, but it can also be liberating. When we accept that the future is always unknown, we can stop trying to control everything and start living more fully in the present. Finding peace with what we can't control is a process. It involves recognizing that many things in life are outside our influence and focusing our energy on what we can affect. This doesn't mean becoming passive or giving up on our goals. Instead, it's about putting our efforts where they'll have the most impact and learning to let go of the rest. Seeing possibilities instead of problems is another helpful shift in perspective. When we're always worrying about the future, we tend to focus on potential negative outcomes. But uncertainty also means that positive things can happen, things we might not even have imagined. By staying open to possibilities, we can approach the future with curiosity and hope rather than fear. There are many practical tools we can use to cultivate a more worry-free life. Daily practices to reduce anxiety can include things like regular exercise, which helps release tension and boost mood-enhancing chemicals in the brain. Getting enough sleep is also crucial, as lack of sleep can increase anxiety and make it harder to cope with stress. Breathing exercises and relaxation techniques can be powerful tools for managing worry in the moment. Deep, slow breathing activates the body's relaxation response, helping to calm both mind and body. Progressive muscle relaxation, where you systematically tense and relax different muscle groups, can also help release physical tension associated with worry. Setting realistic goals and expectations is another important strategy. Often we worry because we're putting too much pressure on ourselves or trying to meet impossible standards. Break big goals into smaller, achievable steps. Celebrate your progress along the way. Remember that setbacks and mistakes are normal parts of any journey. They're opportunities to learn and grow, not reasons to worry. As we work on letting go of worry about the future, we can experience a new sense of freedom. Without the constant burden of anxiety, we have more energy and attention for the things that truly matter to us. We can be more present in our relationships, more creative in our work, and more open to new experiences. Many people have found that releasing worry has dramatically improved their lives. They report feeling more relaxed, confident, and capable of handling whatever comes their way. They're able to enjoy life more fully, appreciating the small moments of beauty and joy that they might have missed before. Taking the first steps toward a worry-free life can feel challenging, but remember that every journey begins with a single step. Start small. Try incorporating one new practice or technique into your daily routine. It might be a few minutes of mindfulness, a short walk outdoors, or writing down your worries to get them out of your head. Let's recap some key points. Worrying about the future is a common human tendency, but it often does more harm than good. By learning to live in the present moment, changing our thought patterns, taking action instead of just worrying, building resilience, and accepting uncertainty, we can break free from the cycle of anxiety about what's to come. Remember, the goal isn't to never think about the future or to ignore potential challenges. It's to find a healthy balance where we can plan and prepare without letting worry control our lives. We can approach the future with hope and curiosity rather than fear and anxiety. Your experiences and insights are valuable. How has worrying about the future affected your life? What strategies have you found helpful in managing anxiety about what's to come? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your words might inspire or help someone else who's struggling with similar concerns. As you move forward from here, consider choosing one idea from this video to put into practice. It might be trying a daily mindfulness exercise, challenging a negative thought pattern, or taking a small action step toward a goal you've been worrying about. Remember, change happens one moment at a time. By consistently choosing to focus on the present and let go of worry, you can create a more peaceful, fulfilling life. The future will always hold unknowns, but you have the power to decide how you'll approach them. Will you let worry hold you back, or will you step forward with courage and openness? The choice is yours, and it starts right now at this moment. Thank you for watching this video. May it inspire you to worry less about the future and live more fully in the present. Remember, every moment you spend free from worry is a gift to yourself and those around you. Here's to creating a life filled with more peace, joy, and presence.